What's the fastest way to heal a hip flexor strain? So many people think that one of the fastest way to heal a hip flexor strain is just to continue to ice it. I've seen people do 3 to 4 times a day and throwing bags of peas and carrots that are frozen on their hip flexor right in the front of the groin here. That's actually not the quickest way. It is a way to decrease inflammation if inflammation is a component to your problem. Many people don't have an inflammatory component. Here's how you know if you do or don't. If you have a continual amount of pain and discomfort throughout the day, no matter what you do, what time of the day, where you're at, or what position you're in, that is oftentimes a more inflammatory component because it's consistent. I like to think of it like a fire that's burning. It's really hard to get it down because it's caught fire, all right? But if it undulates, it's worse when you pick up a leg, when you get upstairs, when you sit for a long period of time, but eventually it starts to settle itself. That's not actually a good icing component. So one of the better ways to chill everything down without using something like ice, especially if you have undulating responses, is to do something like a frog's pose. Now a frog's pose, all it really does is it relaxes the hip flexor and it gives it a chance to recover itself for a couple days before you start to challenge the area in a constructive way to build a nice supporting cast. The good supporting cast is typically the ab wall, the side of the belly, here and here, as well as the glutes on the backside. And we know that the hip has a big component over what's going on because the hip flexor goes past it. Also, the low back and core area has a big component to this because the hip flexor attaches right up at the low back on both sides. So make sure that if you're dealing with something like a hip flexor strain for a very long time, more than a couple days, it's not resolving, you might consider trying a different approach. So if you're in Huntington Beach, California, we can help you. I'm Sebastian at Performance Play Sports Gear. If you're not local, that's okay. We have virtual help. What we're trying to do actually is we're making a really big push so everybody gets the answers they need no matter where they're at. So reach out to us. We can guide you the right direction. We can show you what might be beneficial to you and get you over the hump of dealing with stuff like a hip flexor strain. So looking forward to talking with you. Subscribe, like, and share. See you soon.